Apocrypha. Go in 2nd Esdras, chapter 16. And we're going to start in verse 70. And it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." So there's going to be insurrection on those who are keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, and faith in Yahushua, the Hamashiach. "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out their houses. Then shall it be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye, my beloved, says the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you the same." So you see, these people are going to come in, man. They're going to tear some of us out of our homes. They're going to lock us up. We don't know what's going to happen in these days, but we got faith because the Most High said he will deliver us the same. He's going to try us like gold. And that means gold has to come through the fire. You know, he's going to bring us through this fire, this nuclear destruction. This place is going to be a lake of fire that this talks about. This place, Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, this place is going to be a lake of fire from thermonuclear missiles, man. And the Most High said he's going to bring us through that, man. Let me read that part again. "Hear, O ye, my beloved, says the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for your God is your God." We got to follow these prophecies, man. We got to keep following behind the Hamashiach Yahushua. This truth is our God, man. You know, this is our God, man. This Holy Bible. This is what we stand on in faith and in truth, man. According to the will of the Most High. That we are that hopeful elect, that he will deliver us in that day. Okay? Let me get the book of Jeremiah. Precept. We're going to start in chapter 30 and verse 7. It says, "At last, for that great day, though there is none like it, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." There it is. It's talking about that trouble again. This is Jacob's trouble. Again, but the Most High saying his election will be saved out of it. So when things get crazy and it don't look like you're going to make it out, man, the Most High said he's going to deliver his election. You know, when our forefathers and foremothers was in the land of Egypt, during that captivity, man, you had Pharaoh's army coming from this side. You had the Red Sea. They looked like they were stuck. They looked like death was in front of them and behind them. You know what Moses said? Stand back and witness your salvation, man. You'll no longer see this army. You'll never no longer see Pharaoh and his army again, man. That same thing gonna happen to this goddamn Babylonian army, the so-called United States of America, man. It ain't gonna be no different. Matter of fact, he said it's gonna be even a greater deliverance. We're not even gonna talk about, you know, that first time we was delivered out, man. Because when he can deliver us out of this land of the north. And for where else we've been scattered at, man. You know what I mean? You gotta have faith in that, man. You gotta put your faith in that. Let me get the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 23. It says, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord uphold him with his hand. I have been young, and now I am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed." So the Most High said he's never seen the righteous never be forsaken, man. You know, his people won't be forsaken in this time. He said, the steps of a good man are ordered. So the Most High will guide you. The Bible already showed us that he will be our guide. It said that in 2nd Esdras. He will be our guide in that time. You know? We got to be mindful, man. Watch and pray, man. Pay attention. Quit worrying about who's going to be in the playoffs with the NFL, man. I'm not saying you can't have no balance in your life, but don't get so caught up when you get lost back into the world again, brother. You know what I'm saying? And sisters, pay attention. Watch and pray. See what's going on in the news. And I ain't even just talking about CNN and MSNBC, man. Go look at some of these world newses and these news overseas. They're going to give you a little bit more truth and less propaganda when it comes to focusing on what's going on over here in the so-called United States of America, the daughter of Babylon. All right? Go back to Ephesians. Book of Ephesians, chapter 3. And it says in verse 20, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we think, ask, or think, according to the power that work into us. So even you can't doubt. The Most High said he's able to do exceedingly abundantly over all that we can think or even ask of, man. You know? Yaa'qob said, in my Father's house there are many mansions, man. If it was not so, I would not have told you so. So we can't even understand what's prepared for us, man. We got to have faith in these times, man. To know what our reward is great, man. You know what I mean? We got to keep walking in this faith, man, and trust that the Most High is going to be able to deliver us out of this, man. Because it's going to come a time where it's going to look as if we're not going to make it out of here, man. That's according to Scripture, man. It's going to get bad. Jacob's trouble is going to be bad, man. So the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. But for those who are walking in the light and not in the darkness, man, the Most High said he's going to preserve and protect his election. We got to have faith in that, man. You know, when you see all these things taking place, look up, because your redemption draws nigh. What are you looking up for? You know, you're looking up because that's where them chariots is going to come for. That's how our salvation is coming. It's coming from them chariots. So-called UFOs. That's why they got this damn space force talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy, man. Esau is crazy, man. The Most High got a spirit on these devils, man. They really going to try to make war against the Most High, man. It tells you in Esdras they're going to be scared to fight, but they're going to still fight. Call out Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash. So you got to understand that, you know, the Most High can do all things. He said, is anything too hard for the Most High? With man, it's impossible. With the Most High, all things are possible. You know, he's shown his power and his great miracles. In Psalm 77, he said we got to remember the works of old, man. Think about all the deliverance and the miracles the Most High brought, you know. Our people in the wilderness, man, they ate manna, bread from heaven, man. You know, that rock, Yahushua, man, they got water from that, man. You know, there wasn't much out there. That's why they was crying and complaining. They so stiff-necked and rebellious, they wanted to go back in Egypt for fish and melon, man. But the Most High had a supernatural way of taking care of us, man. That's where your faith gonna come in at these last days, man. He's done it before and he's gonna do it again. Let's go to the book of Daniel, man, just to touch on some of that, man. To see how the Most High is able to deliver you no matter how hard and dire the circumstance look, man. The Most High can do anything. He is almighty. He's all powerful. It's in Daniel chapter 6, and we're gonna start in 16. It says, then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spoke and said unto Daniel, Thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. So even the king said that. The king even had faith in Daniel's God. Okay? And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting, neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. So he was restless all night, wondering, damn, man, what's going to happen with Daniel? You know, being in that lion's den. And when it came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. So he came there crying, hoping that Daniel was okay, man. And the king spoke and said, Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God whom thou servest continually able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God has sent his angel and has shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me, for as much as before him innocence was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. So the Most High knows how to deliver the righteous, man. He shut the lions' mouths up, so they couldn't do a damn thing to Daniel, man. That's divine intervention. That's what's going to take place here in these last days. Divine intervention. The Most High sent his angel to intervene. Then the king was exceedingly glad for him and commanded that they should take Daniel out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God, the Most High Yahweh. We got to believe in the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, man. There's nothing too hard for our power. You know? Let's go to the book, stay in the book of Daniel. We're going to go to chapter 3. And so some more of the miracles of the Most High, man, how he deliver us, man. Starting in verse 20. And he commanded the most, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 3 and verse 20. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in the army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. And these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spoke and said unto his counselors, Did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto him, Unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, which means look, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of the Most High. You see that? So in the fiery furnace, man, they were bound with Yahushua. You know, he came in, the angel of the Lord, man, he came in and unbound them, and they walking around free, man, loose in this fiery furnace, and no hurt is coming upon them, man. Then Nebuchadnezzar came to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spoke and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High power, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth up of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, and the captains of the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men, upon whose bodies their fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. So they didn't even smell like smoke, man. They're not even one piece of their hair got burned, man. Their coats, nothing was on fire. You know, we got to expect the unexpected, man. That's the power of the Most High that we serve. You understand? That's how he gets his glory, man. Because if we could do it our own self, how could he get glory if we could defend ourselves and do it carnally, man? You know, I think back, you know, in Judges with Gideon, man, when he said, I only need 300 people to come do this, man. Give me 300 warriors, man. It's too, if I send too many, then I ain't going to get the glory in this, man. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, this is verse 28 in chapter 3 of Daniel. Then Nebuchadnezzar spoke and said, Blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies that they may not serve nor worship any God except their own God. We can't serve no other God. We serve the only true and living God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know? And that's how he got his glory, man. That's how he delivered them in a divine way, the divine supernatural way, in the same way the hopeful elect gonna be delivered in this day and time, man. We gotta be mindful of that, man. That's where your faith gotta be in. Expect the unexpected, man. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. You know, so you know what I mean, he made a decree, man. You know, those he justified, man, he glorified, man. They got promoted, man, because of their faith, man. That they won't serve no other God but Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Okay? A couple more scriptures and we're going to get out of here. Let me go to the Apocrypha. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and start in verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. You see that right now. We stand out there in the corners and prophesize right against Esau, man. Right to his face, man. Bold as lions, man. You know, this prophecy is taking place right now. You see it all over, man. Brothers all over. It don't matter, you know, who you are or where you are, man. If the spirit of the Most High Yahweh by Shem is on you, man, you standing in great boldness, man, and for the face of those who afflicted us, man. Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangers of the salvation, man. When they see them chariots come, man, and all the election, man, being beamed up into them cherries, man, they're going to have so much fear, and they're not going to understand that thing, man. They're not going to understand the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Be not fearful, brothers and sisters, man. You know, we serve the living power, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we said sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. A proverb of reproach, where that come from? You know, a proverb, a bad word, man. These niggas, these spicks, you know, these redskins. How the hell? How is this happening, man? You know? When we fools, yeah, we fools, talking about the so-called white man, you heathens, accounted his life as madness and his end to be without honor. Because the way they see our people living, they look, these can't be God's chosen people. You know? Because they see the wicked of our people, man, and they think we all like that, man. But the Most High has raised up his men in these last days, man. Those who are walking a straight path, man. You know? And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a humbling thing, man. How is it he is numbered, verse 5, how is it he is numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints, man? They're not going to understand, man, that we God's chosen people. We are Yahweh's chosen people. But that's how it is. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, man, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. The strangest of our salvation, man. You got to expect the unexpected, man. You know? Noah was warning the people, man, before the flood came, man. You know, and he got sealed up in the ark to protect